Hello and welcome to Math Steps. Today we are going to learn how to use graphs to solve quadratic equations. The quadratic equation, so this is the standard form of the quadratic equation, ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c equals 0, okay, can be solved by identifying where the curve of the quadratic function, this is a function, y equals ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c intersects the x-axis, so where y equals 0. So it's basically for what values of x the y is 0. And the solutions are going to be the x-intercepts. So let's have a look at one example. Use the graph y equals x to the power of 2 minus 2x minus 3 to solve 0 equals x to the power of 2 minus 2x minus 3 for the values of x smaller and equal than 4 and bigger and equals than minus 3. Now, can you see here? We have y here. Can you see y? It is 0. So this is the function, this is the equation. So for what values of x, the y is 0. Let's see. Again, exactly the same strategy to when we plotted the curve of a quadratic fraction. So you're still going to use to plot the curve of the function, and you're going to need a table of values. As you see here, again, less space on the left for the x's and more space for the y's, so you can substitute. And in case you make a mistake, which is very common when you substitute, especially when you deal with negative numbers, you can go back and check and fix the mistake, because the parabola should be correctly done and the answers all should be accurate to have the exact parabola of the function. So, and as I said in my previous video, when you substitute negative values of x's, put that negative value in the bracket like this. So this to the power of 2, it is going to be it's the same as minus 2 times minus 2, so the answer is going to be 4. But if you leave it like this, then you might, by mistake, you might think that actually it is 2 to the power of 2, then the answer is going to be minus 4. This actually is wrong. And especially when you use calculators, you're still going to need to use brackets, because otherwise the calculator will take 2 to the power of 2 instead of minus 2 to the power of 2. And the answer in your calculator is going to be minus 4. So it's going to be the wrong answer. Okay, so this is the first bullet point here that you need to remember. And the second one, if you see minus 2x, for example, and you substitute the negative value here, this means minus 2 times the value of x. So when you substitute minus 2, for example, this is going to be minus 2 times minus 2. You see, bracket minus 2 means minus 2 times minus 2. The answer to this one is going to be positive 4, because two negative numbers multiply together. The answer is going to be positive 4. Right, so I substituted here for you. The answer of the first substitution is 5. You can check. And that the answer of substituting the value of x equals minus 1 is going to be 0. Now it is different and much more straightforward when you substitute for 0, because any number to the power of any 0 to the power of any number is 0, and any number multiplies to 0 is 0. So the answer is going to be minus 3. And of course, it's much more straightforward when you use positive numbers. So again, you don't need the brackets. So it's going to be 1 to the power of 2 minus 2 times 1 minus 3 is the same as 1 minus 5 equals minus 4, because minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5, okay? And the next one, substitution of 2 to the power of 2 minus 2 times 2 minus 3. So we do the multiplication first, power multiplication, and then minus 3. So bit mass, follow bit mass. The answer will be minus 3. And after substitute the 3 to the power of 2 minus 2 times 3 minus 3, the answer is 0. 4 to the power of 2 minus 2 times 4 minus 3, the answer is going to be 5. So we finished the substitution, and now is the time for plotting the points. The first point to plot, it is -2, 5. So x minus 2, y 5. -2, 5. So this is where 5 is going to be. So the point is going to be right there. -1, 0, -1, 0. The point is going to be right here. Okay. And next one, 0, -3. -3 is in between -2 and -4. So it's going to be right here. -3. So let's underline the points that we've already used, just in case we don't mix them up with the points and the next points. So next point is going to be 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4, so it's going to be this point here. 1 minus 4. Next one, 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is right here. So x2, y minus 3. Let me label the minus 3. And 3, 0. 3, 0 is this point here. And next one is, 3, 0. And the last one is going to be x4, y5. x4, y5. So is this point in the middle, y5, right? So we have all the points correctly done, and you can tell the parabola is going to be, because a is positive, is 1 actually here, okay? The constant 1 is positive. Then the parabola is going to be a smiley face, so it's going to look up. Okay, let's join them with a curved line. You never use a ruler, never join the points of a quadratic function with a straight line. It has to be a curve. So a gentle, so bit by bit, a gentle curve, join them two together, and then these two together, this and this, and this and this together. And then now join them two, these 2 points. Okay, and then join the last 2 points together with a curved line. You try to use a pencil and a rubber in case you want to have a perfect parabola and you rub out any extra lines that you don't need. Okay, just like that. So you build a parabola, but actually we haven't finished here yet, because the question says find the answers of the solution of the equation 0. 0 equals x to the power of 2 minus 2x minus 3. So for what values of y equals 0, x completes or makes this equation true. Okay, and then, as I said before, we are going to look exactly where the parabola intersects the x-axis, and these are the 2 points. So one is going to be, I'm going to call it x1, is going to be -1, and x2 is going to be 3. So these are going to be the solutions of the quadratic equation x to the power of 2 minus x minus 3 equals 0. So exactly the same strategy as when you build the curve, but make sure you write this. This is the last bit, okay? It's an answer of your problem, of your quadratic equation. Right, so now is the time for you to do some independent work. Use the graph of this quadratic function to solve this quadratic equation. For the values of x's smaller and equal than 6 and bigger and equal than 0. So again, what you need to do is a pair of axes and a table of values where you place all the values of x from 0 to 6. Make sure the substitution is accurately done, and make sure you plot the points correctly and join them with a curved line. And after you finish the parabola, then you see where the parabola intersects with the axis. And those 2 axes will make the solution of the quadratic equation x to the power of 2 minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. So thank you very much for watching my steps. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.